What's going on, folks? Time to buckle up again because we're diving back into the Kanye West craziness. And this time, we're putting on our skeptical hats, okay? Now, you guys probably don't remember because hardly anyone watched my other video about a year ago. We covered the topic of the dentist of the stars, Thomas Connelly, who was allegedly feeding nitrous oxide to Kanye West. That's right. Crazy Kanye is back. Now, we stopped talking about this for a while and it was out of the media for quite some time because it was just radio silence, nothing. But now we're back at it and we're going to dive deep. Now, speaking about how no one watched my previous video, come on guys. I work really hard on these videos. The least you could do is like the video for my efforts. It is truly appreciated. So now, about a year later, Kanye's out here claiming his dentist turned him into Kanye. At least that's what it seems like. And while the allegations are wilder than a Yeezy fashion show, let's pump the brakes for a hot second. It looks like Kanye wants us to believe that this dentist, Thomas Connelly, starting in the year 2004, is the reason behind all the, let's call them, unique moments we've witnessed from Kanye over the years. Seriously? I mean, let's be real here. The Kanye coaster has been chugging along for way longer than that. Just some of the more recent stuff was Kanye with the Jews, to the teeth, to the even selling of the swastika shirts online. I mean, this is insane, right? And that's just the more recent stuff. We're talking years of headline-making behavior from Kanye West, long before the dentist even entered the picture here. Let's not forget, we're talking about nitrous oxide also, okay? In California, possessing this stuff is a misdemeanor. But across the nation, the rest of the nation, besides California, it's not even considered to be an illegal drug. So certainly not some kind of hardcore back alley drug or even as bad as alcohol, which is legal, okay? Not even bad as alcohol. So the idea that this is the sole culprit behind years of, I don't know, let's say unconventional behavior from Kanye West, it seems a little bit dramatic. And that's not very surprising because Kanye West is quite dramatic, isn't he? Now, let's say this dentist really did supply this stuff to Kanye. Kanye West isn't exactly a recluse living in a cave. This is a guy who's constantly surrounded by a team, managers, assistants, stylists, all these different people, you name it. How are we supposed to believe that one person, the dentist, was the sole enabler and the only source for Kanye West's alleged addictions? That's right, I said addictions, because I highly doubt that the only thing Kanye is addicted to is nitrous oxide. And where were all the other people in his life? It's a little hard to swallow that all the blame lands squarely on this one guy, regardless of how suspect the dentist looks, because, I mean, you can't really deny it. The guy looks like a drug addict himself, and it looks like he's got a whole bunch of other problems going on. But regardless of that, the idea that suddenly, poof, nitrous oxide from a dental procedure is the magic explanation for Kanye West being Kanye West, it just feels convenient, and I don't think it really jives. It's kind of like he's trying to pin his erratic behavior, especially probably the more recent erratic behavior, on somebody else. But I don't know, good luck with that, buddy. I mean, you got a whole host of time where you've acted like a nutcase, and I don't know, the timeline doesn't seem to quite add up here. Are we really supposed to believe that a dentist visit in 2024 suddenly explains everything that happened the decade prior? I don't know, it just doesn't jive. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's like trying to say my sudden craving for tacos is because I walked past a taco stand last year. It just doesn't work. And there is a thought that's been nagging at me. If this truly was a case of being harmed, exploited, and essentially hooked on drugs by a dentist, why the heck didn't Kanye West go to the police? I mean, these are some serious accusations, and the fact that the first step is a civil lawsuit makes me wonder if the primary motivation here is actually about seeking justice. Or maybe something a little bit more financial is involved here. Even though Kanye West is supposedly rolling in dough. I mean, he probably does not need the money. But at the end of the day, it just seems like he's putting the dentist on the spot in order to get what he wants from the dentist, whatever that might be, rather than actual justice. So while this lawsuit is definitely serving up some grade A drama, the notion that this dentist is the puppet master behind all of Kanye's Kanye-ness, I don't know, it just makes me raise a serious eyebrow over here. It feels like more of an attempt to maybe just like deflect some of the spotlight and rewrite the narrative of Kanye's crazy life. The internet remembers, guys. The internet always remembers, and we have an entire timeline of Kanye's life here. I mean, who's Kanye gonna blame for the last 20 years of his madness? That's what I want to know. Who else is he gonna blame? And again, even if he's not trying to blame all of his past behavior on this dentist, it's going to be extremely hard, in my opinion, let me know if I'm wrong, to convince a bunch of people like a judge and a jury that Kanye's diminished mental capacity was anything worse than what we've seen him do prior to knowing the dentist in the first place. But at the same time, let's not forget our friend Milo Yiannopoulos, Kanye's ex-chief of staff for Kanye's company Yeezy, which also we touched on in the last video that nobody watched, unfortunately. Back in the summer, Milo was trying to raise red flags, apparently, suggesting that the dentist was trying to diminish Ye's mental faculties to get his hands on millions of dollars. And he even reportedly filed an affidavit with the California Dental Board alleging some shady business practices like charging big bucks for natural diamonds, but putting cheaper lab-grown ones into people's mouths instead. And apparently, Milo has also claimed that a Yeezy employee saw nitrous oxide tanks being delivered to Bianca Censori's apartment, who is Kanye West's girlfriend or wife, who the heck knows these days, I have no idea, but Kanye's significant other, and apparently there's photos to prove that those tanks existed. So all this adds another layer to this bizarre story. But it's crazy. I mean, even if it's true that the dentist was over here feeding Kanye this legal drug, Kanye had to ask for it, didn't he? I mean, he had to ask for it at some point in time. So really, I can't say that he's necessarily off the hook here completely. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Kanye or the dentist. I'm just telling it how I see it. You guys let me know how you see it in the comments. But if it does go to court, we are sure as heck going to have a lot to talk about, don't you think? But what do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe. I work really hard on this channel. I would really appreciate the support. But in my opinion, I don't even think this is going to make it to court. I think that Kanye's going to get what he wants just to, shut this whole thing down. Is this a plausible explanation for Kanye's behavior, guys? Regardless, Connelly looks pretty weird to me as a dentist. Just saying. It makes me a little bit skeptical. But at the same time, it also seems like Kanye's just trying to make an excuse for why he's Kanye. Let me know what you guys think. Talk to you guys in the next video.